Hello, this is Adam bringing you another video of the Snowplow S10. Well, anyway, we got the snow, went to lock it in four-wheel drive, and it would not go in four-wheel drive. So, I got to looking. The vacuum actuator had a hole in the diaphragm. Well, I got that fixed. Still didn't have no vacuum. I took the vacuum line off, hooked my little blow nozzle to it, turned the compressor down to 2 pounds of air, started blowing through it, and this line back here on the back is like a vent hose or fresh air something for the transmission. I'm not real sure, but it was burnt in half, and so was one of my vacuum lines. It got down right, well, you can see them back in there. It got down there in against the manifold and burned it. Well, after that case, I fixed the vacuum lines, and I started to get a little bit of vacuum, and still didn't have enough. And I was looking on the internet, and I found the little vacuum. Let me get my phone up here. Found the little vacuum switch there. Well, that little vacuum switch was bad also. It wasn't completely bad, but it was bad enough. It was shooting, more than likely, if it's got transmission fluid in one form I read in the line, then it won't work right. Well, then I got that fixed, and I could still hear a little air leaking. That line right here, this line on top of the transfer case, it runs over from the side and plugs in right here where my fingers are tapping. It was bad. It had a little hole in the top. Well, after that, getting that fixed, I hooked my air compressor back up, blowed some more air through it. Could hear a slight air leak, but didn't know where it was coming from. I looked and looked and looked and looked, could not find it anywhere. Well, my vacuum hose inside of, let me see, make sure this is it. Inside of this one, there's a vacuum hose in here. It runs back and down across the motor. Well, I had a little tiny rip in it down here at the end where it's still covered up, but it wasn't covered up a lot. I thought it was my blowgun leaking off, but turned out it was that. Well, I got that fixed, and then still did not have vacuum, or very good vacuum. I held it up to my cheek, and it barely sucked on my cheek at all. Not a whole lot, not enough vacuum run to it. My check engine light was coming on too, so I got to looking around, and this vacuum hose right here, whatever it was connected to here, it was just laying down in there. Well, I found out that I had a vacuum leak over here too, hence the check engine light. This runs down and into the side of the intake. Well, I got to looking around, couldn't find nothing where that hose connected, and had the truck running and had it in full drive mode, well, full drive low, and this had the hose on it still at the time, that hose right there, and I just stuck my finger over the edge of the hose, and wham, the full drive locked in and started working. Well, I took a screw and put down in the end of the hose just to see if it would work or whatever. And another problem I noticed was down here, this rubber hose was starting to get bad. I cut the end of it off and fixed it. And then, after I done that, I went down to Napa, picked me up a cap. Nice, good cap, right way you should cap this off. It won't give you no problems. But anyway, got that done, and then tried it like 3 or 4 times to see if we had four-wheel drive. Didn't have no four-wheel drive still. Well, no, I will take it back. After I replaced this and put the cap on there, the four-wheel drive was locking in and out. So the main things to remember is check your actuator. If your actuator's working, or if it's not working, check it for rips and tears. Then if you're still not getting vacuum, blow air through your vacuum lines, check it. You have to take the one off the actuator and try that. Well, after I got that done, check all your vacuum lines, rips, tears, punctures, whatever. Go ahead and fix them, whatever you need to do. And then after you get done with that, you need to still, if you don't have enough vacuum, this is my four-wheel drive actual or vacuum switch. It goes on your transfer case down there on the bottom I showed you. Anyway, this one's not extremely hard, but you can hear where it's really hard for it to push in. And if you look real close, you can see that little brownish right there around that nipple is got gouges in it, and it's really hard to push down. And I mean, as far as I know, this one was bad because I wasn't getting no vacuum until I replaced this switch, and then I started getting vacuum again. So anyway, let's try it and see if we got four-wheel drive now. Check to see if our check engine light's off too. Security, all that good stuff. Da da da. Alright, so all four wheels are jacked up and off the ground. So, let's see. We got movement out of the back tires, none out of the back. Okay, lock it in four-wheel drive low. Alright, and then, come on, lock in four-wheel drive. There you go. So anyway, listen to your transfer case. You can hear it click in and out, and if it's not clicking, then you got something wrong with your modular down there in the bottom. So anyway, this is full drive low. We got back tires are moving and front tires are moving. We have four-wheel drive again. Let's get it high. Alright, there's high. Drive. Got tires moving. So anyway, what I'm saying is it might be a pain in the butt, but you just have to look and check vacuum lines and everything else. My last problem I fixed was this here. And this made my check engine light and everything was on, and this made it all go off. I guess it just was sucking so much through an open hose that it wasn't letting the truck run right either. This ain't my truck, it's a person I'm working on it for. But anyway, long story short is get this thing put back together, and this is a four-wheel drive video on the Chevy S10 Blazer, GMC Jimmy, basically any GM product with the vacuum four-wheel drive. And like I said, this is Adam, and this is the Snowplow S10. I hope this really helps y'all, because I did not see no videos in depth of this much. But yeah, a good thing to do is jack up all four tires so you can see if your four-wheel drive's working versus driving the truck back and forth trying to see. Alright, well, I hope this helps y'all. Y'all have a good day. And like I said, this is Adam, and y'all have fun. Hopefully this helps. Bye.